Coming to the plate for Ralston, start off the game here is going to be Charlie Ortiz. Against the Grand Island Joes. Going to be high on that one, ball one. Got the 1-1 pitch coming up here. Loading up Game Changer. We'll be able to get the scoreboard up here loaded for you in a second. It's going to be down, ball two. Here comes the 2-1 to Charlie. Going to be high, ball three. There's the 3-1 pitch. It's going to be ball four for Charlie, taking his base. Look at this beautiful view we have of the field here, ladies and gentlemen. Got a clear sky, so hopefully that's going to, well, a clear sky as far as the R word goes. Hopefully that'll bode well for the Ralston Rams. Easton Lester's stepping in. Charlie goes. Puts the ball down. The catcher drops the ball. Charlie's going to make it to second safely, and that's going to be ball one for the first pitch. Be inside, ball two. Charlie Ortiz on second. Easton Lester 2-0. Here comes the pitch. Going back. Trying to catch Charlie slipping. Here's the 2-0 to Easton. It's going to be outside, ball three. The ball is dropped by the catcher. Charlie's going to make his way over to third. Charlie, the pass ball to third base. Charlie's going to run in for the first score of the game. That puts Ralston up one on an error by the catcher to the third baseman. It's now the 3-0 pitch to Easton Lester. No pressure, nobody on. The Rams up by one here in the top of the first. Let it go as customary, and Easton Lester watches that one in for strike number one. That's the 3-1 pitch. That one hits the outside corner. Blues calling it strike two. So we got full count pitch coming up here in a sec. Easton Lester leaned in. That one catches the outside corner for strike number three. Out number one for Ralston. That's going to bring up Felix Valavara to the plate. It's going to be low, ball one. It's going to hit the ground in front of Felix. Got 2 balls for Felix here. Just 2-0 pitch. It's going to be inside, strike number one for Felix. Two. going to be down in the dirt. Ball 3, 3-2 pitch coming up here for Felix Valavara. Trying to get himself on base, make himself a potential base runner for Ralston. Already up by 1 here in the top of the first. There's a 3-2 pitch coming here in a second. Felix hits one over to second base, who's able to pick it up and rifle it over to first to get the first out, but that was one heck of a hit by Felix Valavara. Sorry to get the second out of the inning. But Felix able to turn around on a 3-2 pitch, send it over, just got into the second baseman's glove, and he was able to make something out of it there for out number 2. That brings up Henley Razgorshek. See if he can get something done here in the top of the first. It's going to be high, ball 1 for Henley. Looks like my game changer is not wanting to share again. Always run across this issue here. I don't get it. See if I remove it completely, and if that will help it out. Henley swings at that one for strike number 1. 2-1 coming up for Razgorshek. Way high, ball 3. Going to be ball 4 for Henley. He's going to take his base. That puts a runner on for Ralston, and that's going to bring up Elijah Hamill. Going to get by the catcher there. Henley's going to make his way to second, and he's going to get there easily standing. They're going to send Henley to third. Center fielder gets the ball, but third baseman's not covering. Henley slides in to third, and he's going to get there safe on a pass ball to the second baseman. Henley calls timeout. They're going to adjust the Velcro bases that we have here. And good news, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out. Poof, it's working. So I just got to get it switched over to the scoreboard, so we will have scoreboard up here momentarily. And there are 2 outs right now for Ralston. Henley's at third, and Elijah's up here with nothing yet. 1 ball, correction. 2 balls. Little look at the Grand Island Joes. Aiden is at first, Zared at second, Brannick at third, and Brannick at short and Hudson at third. Ball 3 thrown there for Elijah Hamill. Backing them up in the outfield is going to be Porter, and the left field, Rogan, and center field, Carter. In right field, Keegan behind the plate, and Camden pitching. And Camden throws 4 straight balls to walk Elijah. We have runners on the corners, 2 down here in the top of the first. It's going to bring up Colin Jankowski. "26 pitches for Camden. Runner goes. It's going to be a strike thrown, but Elijah is going to get the second. He's able to advance. It's going to be strike 2. Got the 0-2 pitch for Colin Jankowski here. It's going to be inside, ball 1. One, 2 to Colin. Colin swings at one, up and high for strike 3, and that's going to do the inning. However, the Rams were able to put 1 on the board. 2 were left stranded, but we'll see if their defense can come out for them. And we'll be right here to introduce their defensive starting line right here in a moment. So Hang tight. I'm going to go working on this scoreboard. I'll be right back. Ralston on the field. Your starting lineup today: Henley Razgorshek at first, Cal Deese at second, Easton Lester at short, Felix Valabara at third, Colin Jankowski in left. Correction, be Nixon in left, Charlie Ortiz in center, Zach Elam right field with Elijah Hamill behind the plate and Jason Wilson Jr. on the mound. First pitch was a strike. It's going to be a ball. Correction, false. First two pitches by the lefty, both balls. It's going to be a foul ball down the first base side out of the park. It's going to be strike one. For Camden, pitcher, he's up the bat. Lead it off for the Grand Island Joes. High ball three, 3 balls, 1 strike for Wilson. Pitched an excellent game yesterday, 2 innings against the Omaha Crush Navy. Coincidentally won, and now in a championship match. It's going to be a hit over to Easton Lester, who bobbles it. He's not able to, makes a bad throw to first, but Henley Razgorshek's able to get off the bag and stop it from getting extra bases. So Easton bobbles the ball, hit to him on the ground. It was a lightning bolt, but he bobbles it, and then he throws it off his back foot. And, about 5 foot off the bag. But again, Henley was able to get over there and stop that from moving any further than it needed to. Ball on the field. Wilson needs to get his pitches down there. The ball 1. Another gloriously windy day in Nebraska. Strike number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes for 1 ball, 1 strike for Wilson here. One ball, 1 strike for Wilson. It's going to be outside, ball 2. Relow, ball 3, 3-1 pitch for Wilson. Ball 4, it's going to be a walk for Wilson there. Coach is going to come out and have a talk with his lefty. And Nebraska's going to grace us with another glorious gust of tornadic wind. Just question out there. Leave it in the comments. Is there somewhere in this United States of America that's just not a wind tunnel at all times? And we can have some really good Ralston Rams baseball. If you could leave that comment, that would be wonderful. Because I do feel like I'm about ready to take flight here. Showing bunt. His first bunt's going to be a foul. It's to be strike one. Got the 0-1 for Wilson. Steps off. Doesn't like what he's seeing. It's going to be a hit to Easton Lester. He's going to throw it over to second. Make the throw to first. It's going to be safe. Elijah Hamill. I have absolutely no idea what just happened there. Did he not make it over to the base in time? So that's 2 over there at shortstop. Potential outs. Not made. Now the bases are loaded. No outs here for Ralston. We need to play error-free baseball if we're going to win in a championship game. It's going to go to the shortstop once again. Throw it over to second. Cal's going to make it over to first, but the run is going to get in, and they're not going to make it there in time. So they will get the out at second, but not at first. Runners at the corners, and 1 scores for the G.I. Joes. Runner goes, going to be outside. Ball 1. It's going to be a hit into right field. That's going to stay fair, and that's going to be a 3-run home run. I don't know. Yeah, it's live. It's there. Yeah, I don't know. This pitch, it's going to be a pop-up. Foul territory, not going to be able to get to it. Full count, 1 out. 2 potential outs missed at shortstop beginning of the inning. 3-run blast just passed. We got 1 out here. 3-2 pitch. They're calling it for a strikeout. Jason gets his first strikeout of the inning, out number 2 here for Ralston. Wilson's release is a little way back behind his head, so the ball's coming out and going high. He's trailing. That's going to be ball 1. It's showing runners on, but there are no runners on the bases. It's going to be a pop-up into the infield. Henley Razgorshak gets underneath it to make the catch and close him out. However, big damage was done by the G.I. Joes there in the first inning. 2 errors at shortstop allowed for the bases to be loaded, and a 3-run homer off of a well-placed hit pitch by Jason Wilson Jr. So we'll see if they can get their bats going, because the game's not out of reach for them. So we're right back here. Zach Elam at first. 1-0 for Wilson. It's going to be ball 2. Zach Elam's going to take second. Interesting situation they have out here with the bases. It's like they're, I don't know, they say it's Velcro, but we got 2-0 for Wilson here. It's going to be high, ball 3. It was high right down the middle. Wilson must thought it was inside. To be outside, ball 4. Wilson's going to get on the base. I guess that's 3 balls, 1 strike. I don't know where the strike came from, but yeah, okay. Here's the 3-1, going back to second. Try to pick it, and an overthrow. Elam's going to make it to third. On a missed pickoff. The 3-1 pitch for Wilson here. It's going to be a high, ball 4. He's going to take his base. Runners at the corners. Nixon Jacobson in. Wilson goes. Nixon swings for strike 1. Wilson's going to be at second, so we have runners at second and third. No outs here in the top of the second. Ball's going to get by. No movement by the runners. Backstop sends the ball right back into the catcher's hand. The ball 2 for Nixon. Going to be outside, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Would they call that a strike? I don't know. I thought that was ball 3. It might guess it's ball 2. So there's strike 2 for Nixon. Good swing, bit behind it. 2-2 for Nixon Jacobson. Catches the outside corner for strike 3 looking. That's be the first out of the inning for Ralston. He's going to bring up Cal Deese. Cal had a solid outfield hit in the last game. It would be nice to see him turn one of those because Ralston could put about 2 points on the board with something like that. Cal's showing bunt. Tries to lay it down, bounced off the top for foul. Number 1, strike it is. It's the 0-1. Swing on miss, Cal. 0-2. Similar situation the last inning. They had 2 runners on. Hopefully they can move the runners around here in 4. It's going to be in, ball 1. The ball is going to bounce away. No movement from third. Runner still at second and third there, but Count is even 2-2 for Caldice. 49th pitch for Camden in 2 innings. Swing on and a miss for Caldice. Strike number 3, out number 2. 2 runners on base. Charlie Ortiz up the bat. The only score so far for Ralston up on the late swing for Ortiz there. Strike 1. Ball's going to hit the ground there. Bounce off the backstop and head right back to the catcher for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike for Ortiz. 52 pitches on the mark for Camden. No change in the field for the G.I. Joes. Foul ball for Charlie Ortiz, going to get out of play there. It's going to be strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Charlie. Two down here in the bottom. Zach's able to make it back on an attempted pick at third. It's going to be a hit to Charlie up to second base. He's going to and a ground out by Charlie Ortiz. 2 left on again for Ralston. Going to have to see if they can stop them from hitting the ball in the bottom of the second here. Maybe getting some fielding done, preventing them from scoring more points. It's 2 errors again that are not reflected on the board. I don't know. We'll have to see. The Rams got to really get it together here. I want to see some more fire coming out of the dugout. But this game's not out of their hands, but they need to quit leaving runners on the bases. That's for dang sure. Wilson Jr. is going to go back to the mound again for inning number 2. We'll see what can happen. No change in the field for Ralston. It's going to be a pitch with a foul. Strike number 1 for Wilson. It's going to be a pitch hit over to third base. Felix is going to grit it over to Henry for a infield out. For out number 1 here in the bottom of the second. Felix Valavara able to turn a ground ball into an out. this inning, starting off on a good roll. Showing bunt. This is going to roll foul. Strike number 1. Got the 0-1 on a foul bunt. Swing on by Garrett. Strike number 2 for Wilson. It's going to be low. Ball's going to get by Elijah Hamill there for ball number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Wilson. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. It's going to be high, ball 2. Behind the ear release on that. High pitches. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Wilson. It's going to be a foul ball. Going to stay in the game here. Catches strikeout number 2 for Wilson in this game. 2 down here in the top of the second. Just a late release there for ball number 1. Ball number 2. It's going to be a pitch over to Easton Lester, who's going to field it up, throw it over to Henley, who's going to be there to catch it for out number 3. And like that, the Rams are able to get out of that inning for error-free baseball. 3 up, 3 down. Now they need to get their bats running and quit leaving runners on the bases. See if they can make that happen here in the bottom of the third, or top of the third, actually. We'll be right back here. All righty, coming in here, getting a few more warm-ups for the Grand Island guy. Looks like Camden's still out there. 54 pitches for him in the outing so far, 3 innings here. It's going to bring up Easton Lester to the plate. 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. See if he can make something happen here and at the top of the third. First pitch to Lester is going to be a hit to right field. He's not going to be able to get to it. Easton's going to hit the baser, sending him around for extra bases. They're holding him up there, but Easton Lester's going to start the inning off with a double to right field. The fielder not able to get to it there. Coming up now is going to be Felix Valavara. He's going to hit one into center field. That's going to make him, they're going to send Easton around. Felix is going for extra bases. Easton's going to score, and Felix is going to slide into second for another double. That's 2 on for the Rams this inning. That's going to be Henley Razgershak up to bat. See if he can make something happen here. First pitch delivered by Camden's going to be a ball. Ball 1. Pass by there. Felix is going to make it over to third. Slides in. Henley Razgershak here with 3 balls. No strikes. It's going to be a hit over to second base. He's going to bobble it, but he's going to beat Henley out there. However, a run does score. So just like that, the Rams are within 1 point, tying the game up here in the top of the third. Elijah Hamill into bat. Good old swing and a foul right into the catcher's hand. Hopefully he's okay there. He stood up and shook his hand off there. Swing on and a miss, foul ball there, strike 2. Again, another one. Elijah is just punishing the catcher here, so boom. Elijah Hamill with a strikeout on that one there. Gonna bring up with 2 outs here. Colin Jankowski is 0 for 1 with a strikeout last at bat. First call by the umpire inside for strike number 1. It's going to be down in the dirt. Ball number 1. Poor catcher. He just got one in the side there. I'm telling you, man, this poor guy's getting beat up back there. Got the 1-1 pitch for Colin coming up here. 2 outs. 66 pitches on record for Camden now. Their board's showing 64. Game Changer's showing 66. I think I'll give GC the benefit of the doubt on that one. So the 1-1 to Colin. It's going to be a hit over to the second baseman. He's going to be able to scoop it up and beat Colin out to end the inning. But the Rams are able to put 2 on the board, bringing the score Ralston 3, GIJ 4. So see if Ralston can have another inning of error-free baseball and get themselves out without allowing a run. We'll be back here in a little bit. Pitching change for the Rams. Colin Jankowski comes in. First pitch delivered is going to be strike 1. Wilson Jr. on the bench. Move Charlie Ortiz to second and Caldice out to center. It's the only changes I'm seeing for Ralston. Colin delivers another one for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Colin. It's going to be low. Ball 2. He's got 2 balls, 2 strikes here for Colin. It's going to be a pop-up into the infield. Colin calls everybody off, gets under it, and makes the catch to record out number 1. It's going to bring up, be a solid hit to center field. Caldice there to get it. Get the ball into his infield. Camden's 2 for 2 today with a missile to center field. First pitch there for Collins going to be strike 1. Be strike 2 swinging for Colin. be swing on and miss for strike 3. He's going to throw it down. However, they're calling it a foul ball. I have no idea what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, but that is an out apparently, so we'll just go with that. 2 outs. Runner at second. It's going to be a hit down the third base line. Felix Valavara is down there to snatch it up, get it back over to his slinger. Here comes the 0-1 by Colin. It's going to be another foul ball. Got the 0-2 pitch coming up here for Colin Jankowski. This will be the 12th pitch of the outing for the right-hander. It's going to be outside, ball 1. It's going to be down ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Colin. It's going to be a swing on, strike 3 for another strikeout for Colin Jankowski. It's 2 strikeouts to conclude this inning for the right-hander, and the Rams are able to get out with more error-free baseball. So that we can see if we can keep this up here, and if they can get some of their bats flowing, get some more points on the board. We'll see right here in a moment. Be right back. That's going to bring up Zach Elam. Started off for Ralston. It's going to be high, ball 1 for Zach. New pitcher for G.I. Jane, Joe. It's going to be a very high ball swung on for a pop out to the first baseman. Went for a high pitch, popped it out to the foul territory, and it was caught by first baseman to record the first out of the inning. Coming in is going to be Callan Smith joining us in the tournament. First delivery to Callan Smith's going to be a strike looking. Callan Smith so far, I believe, has Yeah, he's having a little bit of trouble with that. This late swing there, strike two. 0-2 pitch for Callan. One ball, two strikes for Callan Smith. Inside looking, strike three, looking, out number two for Callan Smith. Nixon Jacobson in, two down. It's going to be low, ball one. Nixon swing on, foul ball for strike two there. Correction, strike one. The 1-1 pitch here for Nixon. Nixon liked that one just a little bit behind it, and underneath it, nicked it for strike number two. Nixon's looking for a solid contact here. It's going to be high, ball two, 2-2 for Nixon Jacobson. I keep wanting to say Nixon Jankowski. Nixon Jacobson. Got 2-2 here. Strike three looking for Nixon to conclude the inning. No hits, no runs scored for Ralston. They're getting to the bottom of the fourth, down by one. Callan Smith's making it out to right field. And they're going to have to make it through this inning to see if. Yep, error-free baseball. I don't know. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, no real changes in the field except for Callan Smith to right. Yeah, that looks like that's it. Colin Jankowski with a strikeout. Out number 2 for the inning. Inside, ball 1. Floating changeup there for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes so far for Jankowski. 2 down here. Calls that one strike 1, so 2 balls, 1 strike. It's going to be a pop-up over to first base side. He's not going to get to it there. It's going to go into the dugout. That's going to be another opportunity for the batter. Hudson B, 0 for 1 today. Two balls, 2 strikes. Got a full count here. Strike 3 for Colin Jankowski. That's going to be the 4th strikeout, I think, in this game for the right-hander. So, going to see if Ralston can get their bats going. They're only down by 1, but they haven't been able to get their bats going. And after the first 2 innings, leaving a total of 4 runners left stranded, they got some making up to do if they want to move on past this game. So, heading into the top of the 5th, it's going to be Ralston 3, the Jejos 4. Be right back. Coming into plate, Cal Deese. 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Need to get some runners on here in the 5th. It's going to be a hit into right field. Cal Deese is going to make it on the first pitch. Gets there. That's going to bring up Charlie Ortiz. So the Rams need to get one more run to tie this up, 2 to put themselves ahead, and then they just need to play some good defensive ball. Charlie, at the top of the lineup here is definitely somewhere where it can happen. So Charlie Ortiz is in there, Cal Deese. First ball's going to be low, ball 1. But the Rams have a runner on base. Right, Cal goes. Charlie swings. Cal's going to make it. It's going to be up. Ball gets by. Cal's going to make it over to third, so the tying run is on third. 2 balls, 1 strike for Charlie Ortiz here. It's going to be outside ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike for Charlie. Swing on, strike 2 for Charlie. Full count ball coming up here. Rams have a runner on. It's going to be a hit into the right field for Charlie Ortiz. A run will score. He's going to tie up the game with that run by Charlie Ortiz. So the Rams tie the game here in the top of the 5th. Still no outs. And Easton Lester's coming up to bat for Ralston. Ortiz takes the lead at first. He goes. Easton stands and watches, takes the strike. Charlie's going to make it there, standing. So Easton gets the 0-1. Charlie Ortiz takes the lead at second. The pitch to Easton. It's going to be outside, ball 1. 1-1 pitch coming up here for Easton Lester. 1 for 2 today. Thought about it, held back from it. Ball 3. Easton wants to drive him in, but here's the deal. Sorry, ball 2. Here's the deal. We got to be smart on our base running, our batting. Easton hits one over to third. It gets under his glove. They're going to send Charlie home. The throw's coming in, and he's going to make it just out of reach of the catcher. That puts the Ralston Rams up by 1 here in the top of the 5th with no out still. So a hit by Easton Lester gets under the third baseman's glove, gets him safe, and gets Charlie Ortiz home to give Ralston the lead here in the top of the 5th. And that's going to bring Felix Valavara up with no runs out, with no batters out, and Easton Lester on first. Easton goes. Ball's going to be outside, ball 1. Easton gets the second easily. Carrying on in another game. It's going to be inside, ball 2 for Felix Valavara. It's going to be high, ball 3 for Felix Valavara. It's Carter M pitching. That would be the 25th pitch for Carter M here. 3-0 pitch for Valavara. No outs here, top of the 5th. Ball's in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher, Keegan B, to prevent the ball from getting past. Have a little conversation with his pitcher. We'll be right back here momentarily on that. So it's a good thing, actually, a good thing to mention here about this for Ralston is this is what we're talking about. We can't leave runners on. First inning, second inning, a grand total of 4 runners left on base. Potential runs 1, 3, 4, whatever. And then we got to make sure we're being smart out there in the field. That first inning, we had a little rough start for Ralston. However, since then, they've been able to shut down G.I. Joes. Will that remain? That's yet to be seen. There's still an inning and a half of regulation. So we'll see if we can get through here. Razgershek coming up to bat with 2 on, no outs. Runners are going. They're in motion. They're going to send Elise and Lester. It's going to get underneath the shortstop's glove. And Easton Lester's going to score on an RBI single by Henley Razgershek. So with that, Henley and Felix are on the bases, first and second, and that's going to bring up Elijah Hamill. If there's somebody who actually has some untapped power here, has the potential to hit the ball out of the park, it would be Elijah Hamill. What a time it would be to see that happen, wouldn't it? They're sending Felix Valavara. He's going to make it safely. Henley waited a little too late there to start running down. Don't get me wrong, I love Henley. He's a great batter, but if you're not going to get him up, he's a big guy. So if you're not going to, that's a train. You got to get that boulder moving. There he goes. Henley's taking off. It's going to be over the head there, underneath the glove of the right fielder. Elijah Hamill for another double. Elijah has been a multiple base machine so far this season, and that's another RBI for Ralston here in the top of the 5th. Coach is coming out. They're going to be bringing in a new pitcher, pitching change here for the GIJ. With that, we'll be right back here in a moment. Let them get their warm-ups in. All right, new pitcher coming in for Grand Island, Brannick. Colin doesn't go on that one. Wanted it, but didn't go. Ball number 1 low. Got runners at second and third. Colin 0 for 2 today. See if he's looking to break that streak. It's going to be inside, ball 2. On deck, Zach Elam. Colin watches strike once. 2 balls, 1 strike here for Colin Jankowski. It's going to be low. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. It's going to be inside. Ball number 4 there. Bases are juiced, nobody down. Zach Elam makes his way to the plate. Zach's 0 for 1 today. Watch his first pitch, strike 1. No outs yet for Ralston. It's going to be a late, just a little bit behind that one. Good solid hit, but just foul. So for strike 2 there for Zach Elam. Colin Jankowski, everybody takes leads. It's going to be high, just high, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Zach Elam. It's going to be inside ball 3. Up, but it hits him. They're saying it hit him, so that's going to bring a run in for the Ralston Rams. So Zach takes a base on a hit by pitch. Still no outs. Top of the 5th. Callan Smith's coming up to bat. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout looking. First pitch going to be a ball. Inside strike 1 for Callan. Late swing on that one. Strike 2 for Callan. 1 ball, 2 strikes for the righty. It's going to be a hit just underneath the second baseman for Callan Smith. 2 runs are going to score for Ralston. And just like that, we have a 2-run RBI for Callan Smith. Still no outs for Ralston Rams here in the top of the 5th. Nixon Jacobson up to bat. Nixon with a solid swing there, sending Zach back to second, who was on his way to third. Foul ball. Strike 1 for Jacobson. It's going to be strike 2. Zach Elam's able to make it to third, and Callan's able to make it over to second. 0-2 for Nixon today. Speaking of which, 0-2 pitch. Nixon's going to hit it into left field. It's going to trail, just foul. Nixon's been a poor guy. He's always putting the ball where he's always getting right to good contact. He's just a little ahead of it every time, and it just happens to trail foul each time. And you know, the thing is, if that would have landed fair, that would have been 2 more runs for Ralston easy, because that would have been well out of the left fielder's reach. That would have rolled all the way to the corner. So nice try, Nixon. But the 0-2 pitch coming up again. Swing on and a miss, strike 3. That's going to be out number 2 for Ralston. Correction, out number 1 for Ralston. Strikeout by Nixon Jacobson. Caldees is up to bat. An attempt at Zach over a third, but he was there long before the ball left the glove. Cal showing bunt. Doesn't pull it in, gets strike 1. Cal showing bunt again. With that, they're going to be bringing in a run. Zach's able to make it on a drop ball by the catcher. And Cal Deese lays down a bunt and is able to make it to first. Still only one out for Ralston and another point on the board. Callan Smith is over at third. Cal Deese is at first. Runners at the corners. Charlie Ortiz is up to bat. Cal's going to make his way to second. We have runners at second and third. Charlie's going to hit it right over to the second baseman, who bobbles it. He grabs it. He's not able to make it there in time, and a run does score. So another run on the board for Ralston. And they tried to get Cal over at third, but he was able to make it there on time. Charlie was able to make it to first base on that one. Still only one down for Ralston. The coach is going to have a conversation with his pitcher here. Easton first pitch to Easton was going to be a ball. Second pitch is high, ball two. Charlie was able to make it to second, putting a runner at second and third for Ralston. It's going to be ball number three. The Easton Lester's got 3-0 up here. Ball number four. Easton Lester's going to take his base, and the bases are loaded for Felix Valavara. And on deck's Henley Razgorshek. Another person I think is very capable of popping one over the wall, be number 99 there. I'd like to see him do it one of these times. On this short field, it's possible. Cal Deese was heading home, but they stopped him halfway down the line, saying, "Brotato chip, hold up." So Felix Valavara, one ball, no strikes, only one down here. It's going to be a hit over there to shortstop. Another run's going to score. They're going to send Charlie. They're going to send Easton. Felix is going in for Felix is a 3-run RBI double for Felix Valavara. Still no outs here in the top of the fifth inning. That one just got by the shortstop, and they weren't able to get it out there in the outfield. Henley Razgorshek up to bat. Felix makes his way over to third, and he's going to get there easily for a stolen base. One ball, no strikes for Razgorshek. Ball gets by, but they keep Felix at third. for ball number 2 for Henley. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 3. 3-0 to the righty. Here's the pitch. It's going to be outside, ball 4. Henley Razgershak's going to take his base. Still only 1 out for Ralston. That's going to bring up Elijah Hamill, who his last at-bat had a 2-run double. His last at-bat was this inning. So with that, they're going to have a pitching change there for Grand Island. You have to give it to the young man. He gave it his all. There was just some really good hits and some unfortunate missed opportunities in the field. So they'll be bringing in a pitcher here to try to get him out of this. And Elijah Hamill's up the bat with Colin Jankowski on deck. So we'll give him an opportunity to warm up, and we'll be right back here in a second. All right, sorry about that. I go hunt down my daughter. She was MIA. She's up top playing with all the other little kids there. And still only 1 out for Ralston. And another run was scored there. Colin Jankowski's up to bat. It's going to be outside ball 2. Collins swings on there, misses, strike three. The ball gets dropped. However, the blue ump's going to call him out for out number 2 of the inning. That's going to bring up Zach Elam. Elijah Hamill and Henley Razgorshek on the base. Zach Elam's going to hit it there. The second baseman's going to be able to scoop it up, toss it over to first to get the third out of the inning, but the damage was done by Ralston. Here in the top of the 5th, Ralston's able to put 13 points on the board to now lead 16-4 going into the bottom of the 5th. Ralston needs to come out and play some solid defense, and then we'll see if they go into the 6th inning after that. Otherwise, good job by Ralston to really come out and let everybody know, look, man, we're a team to be reckoned with. You need to understand we're here too, buddy. So we'll see what kind of team takes the field, and yeah, hopefully not that one. And yeah, we'll be back here momentarily. Good pop up to the second baseman, Charlie Ortiz, to get the first out of the inning there. Ralston getting it started early with 1 out. Pitch by Colin, going to be outside, ball 1. Got the 1-0 by Colin here. It's going to be fouled off for strike 1. 1-1 coming up. 1 down for Ralston. It's going to be missed by Elijah. It's going to hit him in the head, and he just forgot a syllable. But he'll be okay because Elijah see-ball, hit ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Colin. It's going to be low, ball 2. 2-2 count for the righty. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's going to be a hit to the shortstop, Easton Lester. Is going to grab it, send it over to Henley. And they're able to make the out at first to record out number 2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So the middle infield alive for this inning to get the first 2 outs. Pop fly catch by Charlie, and then a good grounder over to first So a 6-3 out to get out number 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Colin Jankowski looking to close things out. Inside ball number 1. It's going to be a foul ball over to the dugout. It's 1-1 pitch coming up here for Jankowski. Swing on strike 2 for the righty. 1 out away from retiring the side here in the bottom of the 5th. Of course, we're greeted by Omaha wind. It's going to be a strikeout looking. 3 up, 3 down for Ralston. And that, I think that's going to do it. Ralston Rams are going to make it to the championship game here in the Down and Dirty tournament. Ralston Rams are in the championship game against the upcoming either Crush or Falcons. Ralston came out with a little bit of a rough start there. However, they were able to really turn things around, and they came out and shellacked the G.I. Joes to take their place as number 2. So at bare minimum, they get second place here in this tournament. But the Ralston Rams move on to the championship game. Well fought for Ralston. They need to be very proud of themselves. What a great team effort. But yeah. So thanks ever so much for tuning in. There's another game, and then we'll be back shortly. So thanks ever so much. Till next time, hang tight. See you in a bit. Bye. Hello, everybody. Took me a while to get everything set up there. I was having a little bit of difficulty with my audio, but hey, I'm here and I'm loud. Holy crap! I'm gonna turn myself down. Good golly, Miss Molly. Already. So far 2 runs here for the Ralston against Ralston Rams. Both hits to left field. Able to make something happen there. However, and out the first, and then a strikeout by Easton Lester is going to get this thing rolling. And right there, ball 1 and then ball 2. So 1-1 count here for Easton. There's the pitch. It's going to be down just there for ball 2. Almost said 1, and I just looked at it. Here's the 2-1 Easton. It's going to be strike 2. 2-2 pitch coming up here at the top of the first. It's going to be high. Ball 3. Zach Elam's not able to hang on to it. In and out of his glove. But full count pitch coming up for Easton Lester. Council Bluffs Falcons and the Ralston Rams pairing off to the Down and Dirty Tournaments Championship match. Easton Lester gets them looking for strike 3. That's the 3rd out of the inning. But they were able to put 2 up there in the top. We'll see if they can make something happen here in the bottom. Ralston Rams got to get their bats rolling. And we'll see if they can make something happen here for Ralston. We'll be back momentarily, I promise. More audio to come, huh? Yeah, all right. And Charlie Ortiz coming to the plate for Ralston Rams here to top off the bottom of the 2nd inning. 3rd game of the day for this team, for both teams actually. First delivery is going to be high, ball 1. Tell you one thing about this field. One, I'm able to place the cameras in nice spots to get some beautiful camera placement. Charlie wanted that one, held himself back, and good call on that one. 2-0 pitch coming up right now. Council Bluffs Falcons going to be Aaron S. at first, Micah F. at second, Brantley B. at short, Jackson G. at 3rd. Swing on a miss by Charlie Ortiz, 2 balls, 1 strike. The infield's backed up by Jacob M. in left field, Max M. in center, Wrigley N. in right field. Asher A. is calling the shots behind the plate, and Everett L. is on the mound today. Everett delivers ball 3, so 3 balls, 1 strike to Charlie Ortiz to start off the bottom of the 2nd inning. See if Ralston can get themselves on a base here. We got to get some runners. Saw that one, called it a strike, so we got full count ball coming up here for Charlie Ortiz. It's going to be a foul off there to the third base side for Mr. Ortiz. Keeps himself alive. Bought me some Mike and Ikes to get me through the games there. There was a game before this one. And as much as I love the UNO field, the Connie Clausen field, been wonderful, beautiful, fun to play at. Ball 4 for Charlie Ortiz, going to make it down to first. Got to tell you, these Mike and Ikes, I mean, it had a choice. It was like get Mike and Ikes and a Coke Zero or, you know, a new car. So I opted for the immediate. I got Mike and Ikes and a car payment. So thanks, UNO, for having us here, but boy, oh boy, we got to do something about inflation because your Mike and Ikes are expensive. We strike 2 for Easton Lester. Sorry, strike 1 for Easton Lester. Charlie Ortiz is going to make it. Got a runner at second. Easton Lester hits it deep in the left center field, and he's going to make the catch. And Charlie Ortiz was tagged up, but the center fielder is able to stop the run from advancing. Solid hit by Easton Lester, but fortunately the center fielder was there to get it. The evening's becoming beautiful here. Sun's out shining on the field, shade shining on us, huh? Didn't know shade could shine, huh? Now you do, you learn something. And strike 1, Felix Valavara. Rams got to get some momentum here. Felix Valavara to hit to the shortstop. He's going to bobble it. Throw to first is going to be wide. He's going to miss it. They're going to send Charlie Ortiz home. He's going to score, putting 1 on the board for Ralston. And Felix Valavara is able to run it out. So an RBI single off an error to the shortstop for Felix Valavara puts Ralston on the board with 1 run. And that's going to bring up Henley Razgorchak. He likes to hit it into the right field corner, and that sucker is open right now. So let's see if he can do it. Felix goes. Stopped just short of the bag and then popped up. But I guess he knew that the throw was a bit off the mark. Runner in scoring position again for Felix Valavara. 1 down here. Razgorchak up the bat. 1 ball, no strikes. Low, ball 2. Ralston, the underdog in this tournament here, has really impressed some people here, fighting their way back to be the number 2 seed in the tournament. It's for all the marbles today, ladies and gentlemen. Henley, oh, there you go. What did I tell you? Henley liked to send it down the right field line. It just went foul. If that would have stayed in there, that would have been points for sure. That might have even been extra bases for Mr. Razgorchak. On deck's Elijah Hamill. Once again, 3 games for these boys today. They've really battled their way through. 3-1 record for the tournament. Foul ball. Two balls, 2 strikes for Razgorchak. Pickoff attempt at second. Pitcher almost threw that into the outfield. With somebody like Felix Valavara, that would have been a third base. He's going. Strike 2. Strike 3, actually. Razgorchak strikes out, but he was able to distract him long enough for Felix to get the tying run on second. 2 down here in the bottom of the second with Elijah Hamill coming to the plate. impressive outing for Mr. Hamill so far in this tournament. It's going to be outside ball one for the first delivery. Inside ball. Here comes Felix. Felix making his way to the plate. He's going to get there easily to tie the game on a passed ball. So with that, Felix Valavara steals home to tie the game 2-2. And Elijah Hamels up to bat. Got 1 ball, no strikes for Elijah. It's going to be another pass ball, so 3 balls, no strikes. So 3-0 pitch, 3-0 let it go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say it. 3-0 let it go. You know, some people make foam fingers. I might make the 3-0 let it go finger. You know, just big foam 3-0 let it go. Going to be high ball 4. Elijah is going to make it down to first, and that's going to bring up Zach Elam. Two down here for Zach Elam. Runner at first. Going to be high ball 1. Elijah's makes an effort. A little bit of a collision there, but that was on the second baseman. He was in Elijah's base path, so fortunately nobody hurt. Elijah with a stolen base, and Zach with the ball. Zach getting that 1-1. Zach Elam, hits the ball. It bounces off the second baseman. Zach's making it for the races. The ball gets by him. They're sending Elijah Hamill home. He's going to make it on a pass ball by the second baseman to the first baseman. That puts Rams up 3. Zach Elam on base. Now we have another base runner on at first. It's going to bring up Nixon Jacobson. Nixon showing bunt, pulls it back there, and that is enough to distress the catcher. That's going to let Zach Elam make it to second. And it's also going to be ball 1. Aaron and Jacob M, Max N, Wrigley N out there in the outfield looking for something. So 25 pitches for Everett. That was his 25th, actually, for ball 2. Zach Elam creeping lead from second. Nixon's going to take that one inside and high, ball 3. At the 3-0, let it go for Nixon. High ball 4. Nixon's going to take his base. That's going to bring up Colin Jankowski. Still 2 down here. That's going to bring the coach up to the mound, have a talk with his pitcher. Going to bring his infield in, have a little communique. So we'll be right back for that one here in a split second. And obviously for these kind of delays, if I'm not going to go on some kind of tirade, some little diatribe about how much I know about baseball and how much you should listen to me and support and subscribe to Midwest Youth Baseball Network, I just go ahead and mute because YouTube likes to hit me up with copyright strikes every time somebody's song gets out over the airwaves. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a little bit of mute-tastic because it looks like we're going to have a pitching change right here for the Falcons. So we'll be right back. We have a change here. Jack S. taking over on the mound. Doesn't look like Everett's in the game. Everybody else looks like they've stayed the same here. Colin Jankowski's on the dish. Got Nixon and Zach on the run. Zach making it to third here. Nixon's on second, so runners at the corners. First delivery by Jack's going to be a strike. 2 down here for Ralston. Nixon goes to second. Almost a big mistake there. Turned around to get the runner heading to second. Forgot there's one on third. Breaking ball dropping in there, catching Colin off guard for strike 2. We got the 0-2 pitch coming up for Jankowski. It's going to be low, ball 1. You know, I bought these Wrangler shorts and they have these little cargo zips because I wear cargo pants because I'm a granddad. And there's a little piece of fabric that's catching on. Collins going to hit one over to shortstop. Collins rifling it out. He's not going to get there in time. They're going to beat him by half a step. But that's going to end the inning for the Rams. However, they did score 3 that inning on 1 hit. They left 2 on, but we're going into the top of the second now. The CB Falcons going to sit here and try to see if they can come back with their bats, but Ralston needs to get their defense out there and just do what they do best. So as long as they keep their heads in the game, they keep themselves highly motivated, I don't see there being any kind of a problem for Ralston. They're a great team, and they've been underrated this entire time, which is wonderful. We'll be right back. Sun is starting to become an issue, it looks like, here for the outfielders and some of the infielders. Sun is right in their eyes. Everybody's got their glasses down. Brantley's up the bat, and last game, this young man, the last 2 he's played, I've seen him, he's had a home run in each game. So with that, we got to watch this. The first pitch delivered is going to be a strike 1. So Easton up on the count. Going to be a foul back to the box for strike number 2. We're going to see if this one's going to make it past the gully. It's working its way. It's working its way onto the field. I'm applauding that, ladies and gentlemen, because there's like seriously like 9 balls sitting up on this net. Oh, he swung at that one, strike 3. He liked it, but it didn't like him. So Easton's retired the slugger. 3 straight strikes. Out number 1 for the inning. It's going to be high, ball 1 for Easton. It's going to be a foul ball down here to the right side. Henley Razgorshak's going to try to get it left side, I guess. It's going to be third base. Henley's going to go for it, but he's not able to get there. Good effort. Take out the 1-1 pitch here. Strike two by Easton Lester. 1 ball, 2 strikes for the righty. It's going to be a hit right back to Easton. He's going to chop it right over to Jason at first. He's going to make the catch for the out number 2 of the inning. Strike one, but delivered by Easton Lester. Strike two by Easton Lester, 2 straight fastballs. Now Easton Lester does also have a solid changeup and a curveball. Now I'm willing to bet we'd see a breaking pitch here. Nope, he's stuck with a fastball, and he got him 3 heaters right down the pipe looking, 3 straight. Strikeout for Easton Lester, 3 up, 3 down. We're going into the bottom of the second. Rams going to see if they can get these bats moving once again. We'll see what's happening. We'll be right back. He's going to bring up Cal Deese to the mound. On deck's Jason Wilson Jr. Cal Deese trying to get things started here, getting on base for Ralston. First pitch is going to be ball 1. It's going to be outside ball 2. It's got 2 balls, no strikes for Cal Deese. It's going to be a foul ball But he saw it, he liked it, he went for it. Fouled it off for strike number 1. 2-1 pitch coming up here for Caldice. Cal's going to hit one. It's going to go to the shortstop. He's going to be able to scoop it up and make the play to first to get out number 2 here. Well, out number 1, I'm sorry. Thank you. Thanks for the correction. Out number 1 for the second inning. Wilson Jr. stepping in. Charlie Ortiz on deck. Ball 1. Low, strike 1. One pitch for Wilson. Good swing, but a little late on that one. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes for Wilson. It's going to be low, ball 2, 2-2 pitch. He's going to watch that one for strike 3. Two down for Ralston here in the bottom of the second. Charlie Ortiz is up to bat. Gonna see if we can get something rolling at the top of the lineup here. Charlie takes a swing at that one. Strike 1. Charlie swings at strike 2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch by Jack. 15th pitch of the outing for the pitcher. How many times can I say pitch in one sitting? You ask yourself. Oh, let's go back to the talk about my Wranglers. So these cargo pants, little strings in here, and it gets caught in a zipper, and I keep having to yank my zipper off. I'm telling you, one time I'm just going to expose my leg here, ripping in just a big old hole. They have some Mad Max clothes. So fouls it off there, but we have 1 ball, 2 strikes for Charlie Ortiz here in the bottom of the second. It's going to be inside for ball 2. Got 2-2 pitch here. 17th pitch for the outing on Jack. Inside ball 3. We got full count pitch here. Coming up for Charlie Ortiz. 2 down, bottom of the second. It's going to be a hit over to the shortstop. He's able to grab that one up and shoot it over, but the first baseman's not able to hold the ball. Charlie Ortiz will make it safe. So the Ralstons have a base runner at the bottom of the second here, and up comes Easton Lester, who's 1 for 1 today with a solid hit. Gets 0 for 1? Interesting. Charlie's off the second, and they're just going to go ahead and hold it and let him get there safely. Stolen base for Charlie Ortiz. Be inside strike 1. 1-1 pitch for Easton. Having a stellar performance on the mound. Hopefully they don't take him off just yet. Championship game on the line here. High, ball 3. Charlie's going to slide in there safe. Correction, ball 2. Again, watch next season. I promise I'll have everything down, ladies and gentlemen. I'll know what 2 and 3 look like. Very similar shaped numbers. It's a 2-1 for Easton. Calling that one strike 2. So we got 2-2 coming up. Charlie Ortiz on third. 2 down, 2-2 for Easton. It's going to be a hit into the infield. Easton's kind of dig in there. He's going to beat it out. It's going to be a overthrow, and Charlie Ortiz is going to score to put another point on the board for Ralston here in the bottom of the second. That's going to bring up Felix Valavara with 2 down and a run at first. Easton goes. They're throwing it. He's making his way to the bag, and he's going to be safe. Good run by Easton. Great slide. And the first pitch to Felix was a ball. 1 ball, no strikes for Valavara. It's going to be outside, ball 2. On deck is Henley Razgorshek. See if something can be done. Got a little bit of maintenance on the field here. You know, I have a zoom option on this camera. I might, let's see what happens if I press it, how zoomed in it would be on that bag. Oh, that's not too bad, actually. It's the pitch. Easton's going to third. It's going to be a foul ball. So Easton's going to have to make it back to the base. See, not too bad, is it? Oh. Two balls, 1 strike for Felix. Runner on third, Henley Razgorchak on deck. Runner goes. He's going to get there safely. And Felix swung for strike 2. So we have 2-2 pitch, 2 down, runner at third. Going to have to fix that zoom now. Pitch. It's going to be low, ball 3. Here's the 3-2. Felix pops it up into the outfield. They're coming in. They're not losing it in the sun. He's able to make a leaping catch in the outfield to record out number 3 to get him out of the inning. However, the Rams are able to put another point on the board. So now the Rams defense has to come and see if they can make something happen here to stop the Falcons from furthering themselves down the line. So we'll get into this 3rd inning and see what Ralston can get done. No changes in the field for Ralston. Jason Wilson at first. Charlie Ortiz at second. Felix Valavara at short. Henley Razgorchak at third. Backing him up in the outfield is going to be Colin Jankowski in right, Cal Deese in center, Nixon Jacobson out in left, Zach Elam behind the plate, and still Easton Lester on the mound. First two pitches going to be balls. 2 balls, no strikes for Easton. Going to be strike 1. Here comes 2-1 pitch by Lester. Strike 2, 2-2 pitch. Easton Lester's fastball's been deadly the last 2 innings. Swing on and miss, strike 3. Records the first strikeout of the inning. To be outside, ball 1. It's going to be a foul there for strike number 1 here for Jacob M. Correction. None of this is matching. It says Jacob M on my end, but his number 67. This is number 2. It's going to be high, ball 2. Three balls, 1 strike for the pitcher. It's going to be outside, ball 4. He's going to take his base on that one. Runner at first, 1 down for the Rams. Coach coming to the mound, have a little conversation with his pitcher. A little something interesting going on here because Jacob M is showing on the base, but his number is 6'7", and that's the player that's coming up. I wonder if some player's been entered wrong, but however, we shall see what's happening here momentarily. Everybody's done having their powwows. Gonna let Easton Lester get us out of the inning here. 3 solid innings so far pitched for Easton. Showing bunt. It's going to be strike 1. Strike 2, and that one bounced off the shoulder of the umpire. Got the 0-2 here for Easton Lester. Runner at first for the Falcons. Rams trying to get themselves out of this inning. So swing on a miss. Zach's not able to hang on to it. They called the batter out. 2 down. 2 down for the Ralston Rams. Runner advances to second. Easton Lester looking to close out the inning here. 2 down in the second inning. Easton steps off, nobody holding the runner on there at second. First pitch going to be a strike. It's going to be strike 2 for Easton Lester. So the 0-2 pitch here with 2 down for Ralston Rams. Top of the third. It's going to be outside, ball 1. Solid pitch by the righty. Just a little outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Felix over there to hold the runner on. There's a pitch. It's going to be a pop-up to the outside of the first base side. Foul. It's going to be a dead ball there, and Zach got the ball, threw it to an unaware pitcher, and Easton had no idea the ball was in the air until it was past them and rolling to second. Fortunately, it was dead ball. It's going to be a hit over to second base. Charlie's going to get it, rifle it over to Wilson, who's going to grab it and record out number 3 to get the Rams out of the inning. So that's another scoreless inning for Ralston. Now, at the bottom of the third, if they can get their bats rolling here to give themselves a little bit more of an advantage, that would be wonderful. So we'll see what happens to the Rams here in the bottom of the third. They can get their bats rolling. We're halfway through the game. We'll be back momentarily. All right, Henley Razgorchek coming to the plate for Ralston. That sun proven to be a little bit of a pain in the butt for the Falcons' second baseman there, shortstop. So we're going to see if Henley can make something happen here. Excuse me, in the bottom of third. So those Mercedes Mike and Ikes I have. Inside for ball 1. Behind that one, strike 1. Got 1 ball, 1 strike for Henley Razgorchek. 0 for 1 today. I think he made it on, I think it was walked his last at bat. Gonna be a little bit of a chopper back to the pitcher. He'll make the throw over to first. Record the out number 1 for Ralston. That's going to bring up Elijah Hamill. See if we can get him on. On deck. Something going on here. I think they were contesting whether it was a foul ball or not. Regardless, they called him out. That's going to bring up Elijah Hamill. First pitch to Elijah is going to be ball one. Thought about that one, held back for a good cause there. 2 balls, no strikes. Lights are starting to fire up here out the ball field. Nothing better than playing under the bright lights. Oh, and a weekend out here at the beautiful UNO Mavericks, Connie Clausen Field, definitely has given me quite a little level of pigmentation. I've definitely got my tan on. It's going to be high, ball 3 for Hamill. 3-0, let it go. That's correction, and that's ball 4. I thought it was ball 3, but hey, I wasn't paying attention. I was talking about my Keller Beach vibes. It's going to bring up Zach Elam with a runner on, 1 down. Elijah goes. Throw, they're going to hold up. They got it back up there this time. They hold Elijah up at second. But he's going to make it to second. The first pitch to Zach is a ball. Nixon Jacobson is on deck. Elijah takes the lead. Pitcher steps off. Second pitch going to be a ball on the ground. Elijah's making his way to third, and he's going to get there safely. Going to have to adjust the bag, but that puts Elijah Hamill in scoring position. And 2 balls for Zach Elam, 2-0. Scoreboard says 66 pitch count, but 41 pitches is his accurate pitch count. Elijah's making his way to the bag. He's going to slide in and get underneath the throw to steal home on a pass ball, put another point on the board for Ralston. And 3 balls, no strikes for Zach Elam. Pitcher goes to the windup. It's going to be a hit right over to the second baseman, who's going to scoop it up, make the throw over to first to record out number 2 for the inning. He's going to bring up Nixon Jacobson, and Colin Jankowski is on deck. First pitch to Nixon. Wanted that one just a little behind it for strike 1. Good, solid swing, very level, beautiful, but just behind it. So be inside ball 1. So we got 1-1 pitch here. 2 down for Ralston. Swing on miss by Nixon Jacobson for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's going to be a little chopper inside here. Nixon's racing down the line. He's going to make it safe. Nixon Jacobson makes it on just a little chopper down the line that caught that, basically a bunt. He basically bunted it and was making it. He was trucking down the line. He was hauling. So Nixon made it with 2 down. We have a runner on base. Colin Jankowski's stepping into the batter's box. Good effort by Nixon on that. Nixon's going to make his way to second.